Hey guys, Coach Nick here, and in today's video I'm going to show you guys, well not show you, I'm going to tell you guys how I managed to peel off 5 kilograms of just fat. So in this video here, I'm now going to show you on screen the transformation, okay? As you can see in one of them, I'm looking round, soft, flat, soy boy. And in the other one, I'm looking sharper. I'm looking more dense, I'm looking more muscular, the square chest is there. The waist is getting slimmer, the abs are slowly starting to come out. And so now I'm going to explain to you guys what I done in my system, which I also teach my clients. So if you do want to be coached by me to achieve results like this, just fill out the link in the description. I'll be a coaching link. So what I do is, the first thing is I eat in a calorie deficit. Guys, this is the main thing. Forget what you heard from some fitness guru about keto and about shocking the muscle and all that. Guys, you need to be in a calorie deficit, okay? Very simple. So the way I ensured I was in a calorie deficit is I first tracked everything I put in my body. So I've got a food scale at home. If I'm eating 100 grams of rice, I weigh out the 100 grams of rice. If I'm having 100 grams of chicken, I'll weigh out the 100 grams of chicken. Everything that goes into my body gets tracked and put in the MyFitnessPal app. So I know exactly how many calories I'm eating each day. I'm in a calorie deficit, a moderate one, not aggressive, not mild, just a moderate, okay? Next, we make sure the protein stays high. We keep our protein high, 30 to 40% of our calories. This is gonna make sure our body holds onto muscle and drops fat, okay? Very important. The next thing is we weight train 2-3 times a week. Guys, you don't need to do any more than that. In fact, I would argue doing more than that is counterproductive, because you're not recovering, you're making yourself more hungry, you're more likely to eat, and just sticking to your diet is going to be hard. You're going to look flat. Your body's probably going to start breaking down muscle where it's just not recovering, it's in a deficit, you're just fucking yourself up. Weight training doesn't burn fat, okay? A calorie deficit burns fat. And the goal of your weight training when you're trying to lose weight should just be to keep muscle and maybe grow a little bit, okay? But working out 7 days a week? Nah, forget it. I don't teach that. I teach 2 or 3 days a week. The next most important thing was minimum I walked 10,000 steps a day. I don't do any crazy cardio routines. I just walk. That is the best cardio you need. So on a bad day, I'll do 10,000 steps. On a good day, 15K. And some days I push it up to 20,000 steps, okay? And that's going to make sure your body is slowly, steadily burning fat. The studies are all there as well. We know that walking, because of its low intensity, it allows your body to use fat as fuel rather than muscle glycogen, as compared to high intensity exercise like running fast or some sort of weightlifting. Now, what I will say is that if you just be in a calorie deficit, you weight train, you eat protein, and you walk, you're going to lose fat. It's then just all about being consistent, disciplined. Make sure you're tracking accurately, making sure you're hitting your protein, you're not slacking off, and you're not going over your calories. If you do go over your calories, it's just going to slow the process, okay? Now, this is very achievable, guys. It's so simple what you need to do, but the bit where people struggle with is just discipline and consistency, which brings me on to my next point. I had a structure. Structure makes discipline and consistency so much more easier. So what I do is I wake up and I fast. I do not eat till 12 or 1 o'clock. 12 or 1 o'clock, there's no eating, okay? It's just black coffee, water. Then when I have my first meal around 12 or 1 o'clock, I'm good. I've pushed past my fast. Now I've got a big meal, normally like 700 or 800 calories, high in protein. I'll normally have yogurt with some berries, with some honey, maybe some nuts, or maybe I'll have some eggs with some salmon, some toast. Then for dinner, I'll have a big, slightly bigger meal, about 1,000 calories. Again, loads of meat, potatoes, veg, everything's tracked and weighed out. And then I'll have a little snack before bed, 200, 300 calories. Some cottage cheese, some dark chocolate, nothing crazy. Because this system works so well, because for me, I couldn't do the little small 6 meals, 5 meals a day. I think that's bullshit. Now, that can work for some small majority of people, but I think for the average person, it's not going to work. Having 6 formal meals, if you've got a job as well, and if you're doing stuff, you're making it way harder than it needs to be. it will work, but this way is better because you don't have to think about food as much. You wake up in the morning, you hit your fast, and then in the morning as well, fasting is easy because you've got energy, you've got willpower, you've got discipline, you're just woken up and you know you're going to be having food soon. So you just push and you're good. After a while, you get used to it as well. Plus, I would argue humans don't even need food in the morning, like if you think about the way we evolved. But I've got more videos on that. Anyway, so you have your lunch, your 800 calories. I have my dinner, 1,000 calories, filling, high protein, and then the little snack. And what this does is it saves the food for the evening, because for me, the hardest part of dieting was the small little meals that weren't satisfying. And going to bed hungry, I couldn't do it. I'd be ravenous and I'd end up binging. Ended up going to the fridge. So this system really works if you're someone who loves to eat, because you get big meals and you go to bed full. It's in the morning where you have to push through and fast, which is easy. In the morning, you're busy and you know you're going to have food later on. So guys, if you've been struggling to get lean, a structure like this makes it so easy, I promise you. So if you do want me to coach you on this structure, so you can hit your fast in the morning, you have your lunch, your dinner, your snack. I've got people right now who are losing weight on my program, okay? They signed up with the link in the bio. Sorry, the link in the description to my coaching form. Just fill out the form. And what we're going to do is we're going to get you a structure or routine like the one I've just mentioned. We're going to get you eating the right amount of calories. We're going to get you training the right amount, not too much, not too little. And we're going to get you walking every day. And not only that, we're going to hold you accountable, because that is another important thing. When you have someone making sure you're doing it, it's a lot easier, because when it's just you, you might have that tendency to be like, no one's going to know if I have extra calories or if I don't track my calories today. Having someone there to make sure you do it is so powerful, guys. Everyone needs a coach. So subscribe, like, comment. If you have any questions, I'll answer all your questions in the comments. And if you do want to apply for my one-to-one coaching, just do so through the link in the description. See you later, guys.